Hello YouTubers, I am here today to, well, here's the deal. This is a 2000 Honda Civic, and I got a small shop, so forgive me for not having all the greatest stuff. Okay, Honda Civic, it's a 4-door. The problem is the the driver's side rear door doesn't open from the inside or the outside, and I guess this is a common thing. So it's like the latch isn't grabbing and it's like it's locked, but if you open up the door and you unlock and lock it, when you do that and you try to open the door, it still doesn't do it. And when you're inside and you try to pry the door open, it still doesn't do it. So it won't open. Okay, so I'm already in this project quite a ways. As you can see, I got the door panel off. What I had to do to get the door panel off for the back door was I took the seat out. Okay, I took the seat out. It's pretty gross in there, yucky. And then there's a pad that goes right here, 10mm bolt on the bottom, and I took that bolt off and lifted that pad out of the way so that you could gain access to that side of the door. And then I was trying to pry the door out and I couldn't get it. And then there's this cover this one here, that one sits over the lip, over this lip on the door. This cover sits there. And then you got the door cover that goes here. And then you got the cover that covers up the belt on the B-pillar. So I took this cover off on the B-pillar, and I took this cover out. I couldn't get this cover off from this section here very good. And in fact, I couldn't even get the B-pillar out very well, the cover on the B-pillar. So what I had to do to get those two off, to give me enough room to get the door cover off, was I took these bolts on the hinges out so that I could have some play here. So basically what it did was it allowed it so that the door would wiggle, and it gave me more room to be able to pull those inner panels off. So then once I got the B-pillar and the trim around the bottom of the door off and the inner door off, I finally was able to get in here. I moved the seat all the way forward. Remember, the bolts that are holding the hinges on the B-pillar. I took those bolts out. That way this door, it wiggles on this side. But I can't get the latch to unlatch yet. I'm still working on where the latch is at in here. See if you can see it better. It's kind of hard to see, and it's a tight spot. I've seen on YouTube there's a pin on here. I got to take a couple pieces off to get to the pin, and when I get to that point I'll be right back. Something else I noticed on this car, the child lock inside there, that's activated. I tried lifting that up with a screwdriver or something, and I didn't get it to change the way that the little tiny white thing, I don't know if you can see it, that's the child lock, and that's been engaged. I tried pushing it up, but it wouldn't make a difference on how this thing opens. It just kind of, I don't know, it's pretty stuck. It's not gonna, and I'm thinking that maybe that's part of the reason why this won't open. So I'm working on taking this whole latch assembly and getting that to a point where I can open it up. I will be back with you as soon as I figure out how to do that. Okay, YouTubers, I'm not sure if I can show you what I'm doing here, but I got it open. What happened for me, which isn't always the common way, but this is what worked for me, because my child lock switch was on, that's why my door wouldn't open or close. So I reached up in here, and that little white thing right there, past my, just right by my finger, I pushed that up, and that deactivated my child lock. And then I pulled on the lever here, and it opened my door. Now it opens, which is awesome. I just setting it there because my screws aren't in on my bolts for my latch. So that's how I got this one to open. That little tiny, right. It's pretty bright. Let me see if I can maybe mellow it. That. Trying to get it to not be so bright so you can see it. Alright, so this right here was down, activating my child lock like that. I couldn't get it to go up when I pushed it here, so I had to, like right now, because it's not locked or shut, I couldn't get it to go up to deactivate it, so I had to reach in here like this and pull it up like that, and it deactivated my child lock. And when I pulled on the latch cable here, it opened up. So I didn't have to do as much as some of these other people that have to get it all apart, but that's what I did to get my back door on my 2000 Honda Civic to open. So I'm gonna start putting this all back together. It's a mess, and I need to vacuum this thing. Pretty nasty. We even got some money. Anyway, that's how I got the door to unlock so that the latch will work on this 2000 Honda Civic 4-door. If you liked what you saw, I know it wasn't the greatest video ever, but if it's going to help you at all, or if you're going to be able to figure out your door because of something I showed you, that'd be great if you could like my video and share it with other people so that they can figure out their problem and get it open too. Anyways, thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thanks.